what's up? Welcome back in with your pal, your friend, Mr. Nightsane, and with me, I have Master Jedi Brian. What's going on, homie?
Hello.
What's going on, homie? How are you?
I'm doing good. I just watched the Book of Boba Fett.
Book of Boba Fett, Episode 5. Let me tell you something, guys. We're going to start off doing a little vague talking about the process of everything. We will not do spoilers just yet. The only thing I will mention is that this is the way.
Yeah.
This is the episode that you've been waiting for. I mean, granted, we did a video on the first episode.
Yeah.
The Book of Boba Fett. I didn't get a lot of views on that one. I'll try to tag this one a little bit better. And then, of course, like you watched the second episode, which was meh. It was meh.
I've liked them all so far. I haven't been hating on it or anything. I'm into it. It's good. I like it. Even today, I saw like some clickbait articles where they were talking a lot of shit about even this episode, and I was like,
Nobody can talk shit about this episode.
I was pretty fucking happy with it.
You guys are going to be quite surprised. Now, of course, the second one was okay. It showed how. Astro. Of course, we did a video on the first episode. We did a review on it. We enjoyed it quite immensely. The second episode, where we kind of see his bond with the Sand People.
Yep.
And then the third episode with the speeder bikes and the Power Rangers.
I'm actually oddly into that whole story with the Sand People and everything because, like, you're watching a guy lose everything that he wanted to do up until that point. He lost it all, and then he's like rebuilding his life and everything.
Yeah. So that's when we get into the fourth episode where we're actually kind of figuring out what's going on, what Boba Fett's intentions are, because the big talks online is that, you know, they turned him into a pussy or he's not the ruthless bounty hunter that he once was. Now, you know, due to everything that he's grown from and, you know, raised with the Sand People and getting a different perspective, especially escaping from the Sarlacc pit, Boba Fett is kind of like changed his ways a little bit. He doesn't want to work for anybody.
Yep.
He wants his own creed. He wants his own, you know, he wants his own business so he can work for himself. And even in the other episode, in episode 4, which is, it explains a lot, where Black Chrysanthemum tried to kill Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Rips him right out of the back to tank practically.
4 or 3?
That was 4.
That was 4?
That was 4. I'm pretty sure it was 4.
I thought it was 3 because then they had... 3 was the one that had the weird...
bikes in it.
Scooter bike
Yeah.
scene.
They did. But episode 4, you know, you got to see really cool stuff like Danny Trejo brings him a calf of a Rancor. Which, Danny Trejo, man, he's... I love him in Sons of Anarchy and all the little side bits that he does. So... But yeah, episode 4 kind of gave you a lot of information on what's going on and why Boba Fett is the way he is. Now we come to episode 5, the return of the Mandalorian. And the episode completely from start to finish blew me away. This is what Star Wars should be and what the creativity behind it is. Now, we're going to talk a little bit of spoilers, but if you don't want to listen to spoilers, click off this video now, come back to it and check it out.
I'm sure they watched it already.
Yeah, well, I mean, who didn't, man? It's like I couldn't wait to watch this episode and get over here fast so we can do it.
Yep.
And do the video. Episode 5.
Loved it.
Loved it.
Yep. And Jawas are furry. We find out that they are
apparently
furry.
Jawas date humans.
They got
and they're furry. Herbal.
I don't know. It was cool. They had like an Elysium City, which I thought was fucking dope.
Yo, it was a scene right out from Halo, man. I mean, you saw the Elysium City. It looked like something. I'm like, where's Master Chief? Are they going to throw Master Chief back there in the backdrop somewhere as a spoiler, as an Easter egg? I didn't know. But it starts off great. So Din Djarin comes upon a bounty and just like, you know, he's Din Djarin, man.
Yeah.
He comes in and says, you know, hey, I can bring you in warm or I can bring you in cold.
Fucks up everybody.
And then busts out the dark saber. Yes, he busts out the dark saber and starts slashing through everyone.
You know, I noticed when they had that scene and he was dragging the sword, and I'm like, why the fuck is he dragging the dark saber? And then it got later in to where she was saying that the dark saber gets heavier with when he was trying to like train with it.
That's the only thing I didn't get.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, so long story short, he finds the forge or the Mandalorian does the forging.
Yeah, the Mandalorian sect that he's a part of.
Yeah, the forge. So he finds the people from the basic first season of the Mandalorian, and she's kind of training him with the dark saber, and he's like, it gets heavier with every swing. That I didn't understand, because it's like nobody ever said, hey, a lightsaber gets heavier with every swing, or I didn't get that. I think that's the only small gripe that I have about it. Well, even Grand Moff Gideon, he wielded it. There was no problem with him doing it. But obviously a lightsaber is not something that everybody can do and everybody can wield, because Din Djarin does swing at it, and it kind of hits his outer thigh a little bit, and basically it burns the shit out of him.
He gets fucked up.
He gets burnt a little bit. He goes back to Tatooine, hooks up with the first lady that had the droids and the mechanic, but she came back, and obviously she had a ship for him. So we're thinking we're gonna see something cool, like he's gonna get a ship. And the ship that we saw, couldn't believe it. Absolutely blew our minds, Brian. What ship was that?
It's a Naboo starfighter.
A Naboo N1 starfighter. Right down to the core, it was like skin and bones, kind of like C-3PO was, but without his casings. So you get a little building of the ship montage. You see a lot of cool little details in it, where these little romp rats pop out, or, like it gives it that kind of Star Wars charm a little bit.
I like all of her droids.
Look, so that one piece of shit wheel droid that we saw in The Rise of Skywalker that I could not even...
Dio?
Dio, yeah.
I like Dio too, maybe I'm fucked up.
I don't know, man, but this little droid was a lot more cuter. It was like a little Astro. It was like your dog Astro. He takes it up, and they basically modify this ship. They take it like an old car and just put new guts in it. A new
just make it faster.
Make it faster.
They build muscle cars.
They basically did that. They took an N1 starfighter and basically gave it meat and potatoes, and just made it so badass. So when that shit comes out, I'm buying one. I'm gonna buy 2, maybe 3, because I'll give you one. I'm gonna have one for display in my deal, and I'm gonna have one to open so I can carry it. But anyway, I digress, man. What did you really take away from this episode that just blew your mind?
The nostalgia from going through the pod race track
from Beggar's
and everything.
Canyon. Yeah, you saw the Beggar's Canyon pod race track. He raced it down there, and he took this ship up and flew it around in space. And then, of course, you got a couple of X-Wing coppers like, hey, you can't be doing this. You can't be flying that close to a commercial freighter, and yada, yada.
Anytime you see an X-Wing, it's pretty fucking good.
It was amazing, yeah, for sure. This episode blew me away, and the best part about this episode was, so last episode, episode 4, it ended on the fact that we knew in episode 5 we were going to get something really badass. And Brian, would you like to tell our viewers what this episode ended on and just killed me?
Why am I fucking not thinking about it? Oh, Grogu.
He has to go see a little friend first.
Yeah, well, what was she making chainmail for him?
I don't know what they made. All I know is that when they went and saw the Forge told the Mando that Beskar steel can actually pierce Beskar armor. That's why Beskar is only made for armor instead of weaponry for Mandalorians of their creed. So they took it. He handed it over, the spear, to her. And he's like, or she's like, what should we forge? And he's like, for a foundling, a specific one. Obviously, they mentioned Grogu. That's why I'm wearing this shirt right now. I knew something was going to come about Grogu in this one. But, so they end the episode with, what did they say, Brian?
Man, I'm like totally spacing right now. Oh, he's got to go.
So after he flies Brian, it's okay, Brian. It's okay. We'll go put your helmet on. It's all right, brother. So actually, at the end of the video, Fennec Shand shows up at the hangar where he just finishes test flighting his new modded ship, the Nubian Starfighter, and Fennec Shand's there, and it's like, hey, Boba Fett really needs your help. He's like, no problem, but first, I gotta go visit somebody. Cut to black. Apparently, this one ended on a bigger cliffhanger than episode 4 did. We only have 2 more episodes to go in this series. Obviously, it's 7 shows. It's not 8 like the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian. I think we're going to see some shit. But this episode right here definitely made up for the couple that were in the middle. That made the show a little... You watched it. You didn't maybe come out of it like, oh, that episode sucked. But it's like, it could have been better.
I'm into them. I don't know... Maybe it's just me, but so far every episode I've dug. I like what Boba Fett's doing. I like Fennec Shand. She's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
The mod racer people were kind of silly, but other than that, I've been so into it. So I don't know.
2 episodes to go.
I'm happy with it.
Yo, I'm gonna speculate.
All right.
I don't know if we're gonna see Luke. We're gonna see Grogu. Disney knows that Grogu is their bread and butter with money right now. There is Grogu. You saw Spaceballs, right? Spaceballs the lunchbox. Spaceballs the breakfast cereal. Grogu is out there in like 2 or 3 different Chia pets, keychains, stuffed animals, plushies, backpacks. It's nothing but Grogu.
Yeah.
And original trilogy. That's the only toys that they're actually coming out with. Those original trilogy toys and Grogu. That's it. Anything from the sequel trilogy, you don't see Rey, you don't see Kylo Ren, you don't see Rose Tico, you don't see any of those toys. None. You see Grogu and OT trilogy and some Mandalorian.
What do you think would be better, seeing Grogu or the Millennium Falcon?
Grogu coming out of the Millennium Falcon.
That would be fucking cool.
Oh shit! I got the goosies. We're gonna see something amazing, guys. That's for sure. I mean, we got 2 episodes left. We have the war. We have Boba Fett trying to gather his muscle. I don't know, man. This episode was awesome.
I loved it.
I give it a 9 out of 10. Solid, dude. That episode was so good. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna watch it again just to see the ship and the fighting and everything like that. Oh my god, so good.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
It was good, man. So we'll do this next week, yeah?
Yeah, you want?
Yeah, because it's like, after the episode 2 and 3, and it was like, I'm not gonna go and do a video. I'll just hang back and we'll just do a video on this one. I'm like, we got to do a video on episode 5.
Do you feel like you're just waiting for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series at this point? That's how I feel with Star Wars.
As long as a certain lady that doesn't know how to do her fucking job is out, and we get Favreau, Filoni, other creative people in that know what they're talking about with Star Wars, then absolutely yes. Oh, you know what we forgot? The backstory when the Forge was telling Mando about what happened to their planet.
That was fucking cool.
It was a scene right out of Terminator, and you got to see a droid that we really saw only one movie, and we really liked, and we saw an unmodded K2SO walking around like Terminators with probe droids hanging around. It was like Terminator with Star Wars in it. It was really... That was another cool scene.
You know what I took from that was kind of interesting is they said that the Mandalorians have been around for 10,000 years, which I thought was kind of cool because if you're into the expanded universe and everything, that's around the time when the Sith Empire was starting to like branch out and the Jedis were branching out. And
yeah.
So they're sticking to the expanded, or what do they call it now?
Legends.
Legends.
Yeah,
the legends and stuff. So they're actually kind of sticking to the Legends storyline a little bit with that, which
possibly.
I was like, all right, let's get some fucking Knights of the Old Republic.
Yo, Grogu walking out with Leia and Han of the Millennium Falcon. Maybe Chewie's holding him. Or maybe R2-D2 like has a little like cot that he's just sitting in.
I'll throw a blanket on him if that happens.
Oh my god. We're going to see some shit. We can't wait till next Wednesday, guys. Take care. Make it your day. And as always, have fun.
See ya.
Peace.